Hello, Les from How to Get a Job, and today's video is going to be about if you want to change your career, how to be an electrician, and the reasons why being an electrician is a fantastic job opportunity to change your career from what you may be doing now. I did it at the age of 40. I was still a full-time firefighter when I went back to college to retrain as an electrician. I was 40 years old. So there I was, sat with students between 16 and 18 years old in a class of about 20 people. I was the oldest person there at 40. But I learnt a great deal, and the City and Guilds route was just the 2 years course, 1 day, 1 night every week for 2 years, and then a further year on top of that for inspection and testing and the 16th edition regulations, as it was then when I was 40 years old, some 20 years ago now, so it's changed. But now there are many more opportunities for young people or older people to change their careers. You can now become a domestic installer electrician in roughly 5 weeks or so training. Now some electricians mock this, saying that you're not a proper qualified electrician after 5 weeks training, and it's true. Electrician, you never stop learning, you're always learning. There's new developments and there's new legislation that comes out, so you're forever learning anyway. So, but 5 weeks intensive, 5 days a week for 5 weeks does give you a really good foundation to start your own electrical business, and you can do it in 5 weeks. And the aim of this video is to tell you that forget about working for somebody else. If you're going to be an electrician, work for yourself, because even if you did a 5-week course, the electrical companies frown on that sort of thing. 5 weeks isn't enough training for them. So I would say start on your own business. That's what I did when I was 40. I went back to college, got the City and Guilds qualifications and started my own business, and I never looked back. For 10 years I was an electrician, and now I retired at the age of 50. I travelled the world for a bit, and I worked all over the world once I was retired. I've worked in Spain, I've worked in France, I've worked in Italy, doing electrical jobs, electrical work for free accommodation and free food. Now again, I'll do another video about that and what you can do. Virtually travel the world for free. I live in Thailand now, and I still do electrical work here over in Thailand. And this will shock you. Normally I used to charge 120, 130 pounds a day being an electrician back in 2010, 2011. Over here in Thailand, it works out at 30 pounds a day. So as you can see, it's not worthwhile starting your own electrical business here in Thailand for 30 pounds a day. But it keeps my hand in. I help other people, I help out friends, and I'm a guidance more than anything else to help other people with their electrics. But once you've got that electrical qualification, you're always in demand no matter where you go. So for those people who want to change their minds, there are various courses. Have a look on the link below with regard to what courses you can go on to. And the domestic installer, house bashing we used to call it in my day. Many electricians don't like house bashing or domestic installations because it is difficult working around people in their houses, making sure that they have a supply, because it takes up to 2 weeks to rewire a house, and that's with 2 people. So it can take a long time. So it can be done. The demand is there, the work is there, and you can get a good standard of living from just doing house bashing or domestic installations. Now, you might have heard the Part P. Yes, Part P is important, but there's 2 parts of Part P. If you're a kitchen fitter or installer of electrical boilers or gas boilers, then you need the Part P defined scope. Now that's if you're going to put a fuse spare in, for example, a boiler, or if you're fitting a burglar alarm system and you need a fuse spare. That's the defined Part P, where it defines the scope of the work that you're going to be doing, and it's only a small amount of work. Then there's the full scope Part P, which you will be doing as a domestic installer. That entitles you to install a new electrical system in a dwelling and test it and sign it off. Why I can say there's going to be plenty of work? Because with modern day legislation, if anybody sells a house, for instance, if they've had a new kitchen put in, they've obviously had new sockets put in, and they need to be able to show that it was done by a competent person and signed off, because potentially they could go to court and get fined for installing the electrical work themselves. It's dangerous practice. So legislation has helped many electricians because people have to have an electrician to do the work. Same with a gas registration for people who service the boilers. Legislation is there to make people safe. Okay, there's a lot of people disagree with the legislation, but in my mind, the legislation makes people safe. So I would say for those people who are considering being an electrician, ring up on the links below, ask the questions that you want to ask. If you are DIY minded, then yes, you'll be able to do it, no problem. But if you're not DIY minded, I would say that you may struggle, because the electrics it's not too difficult to learn. The difficulty in electrics is taking floorboards up, putting carpets back down, chasing wires, putting them in discrete places so people can't see them, running the cables, clipping the cables. That's a lot of the work that you need to be able to do. And if you're not competent in doing that, then you would not make an electrician. So if you're DIY minded, or that you've got skills that you can use, that's the basis of being an electrician. Electrical wiring isn't difficult to learn. I did it. I'm not a clever person. I just had my normal school education, didn't go to college after leaving school, didn't go to university. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. It's a very, very worthwhile career being an electrician. You'll never be out of work. It's evergreen business. And then from being a domestic installer electrician, you can go to inspecting and testing. You can go to pat testing, install burglar alarms, install fire alarms, install modern day electrics such as smart houses, smart electrics. It just goes on and on and on. So just expand, but start off at the very beginning. The domestic installer, it's a couple of £1,000 or so to do the course. It'll be the best £2,000 you've ever spent. I've got to say, I did it the long way. It took me 3 years before I could start my business, but when I did it, I never looked back. I'm just a normal person telling normal people that they can do it. There's no big secret in it. There's no big mystery in it. Anybody can do it. You just need to set your mind to it. So I hope this video has been useful. Please watch my other videos, and if you've got any questions, please leave the comments on the comments below, and I'll answer them if I can. Private messages, send a request on my email, again on the link below. I'm here to give you advice. I'm here to advise you if you want to change your career. I've done it with other people before. I've given guidance to many people who've got other jobs and other qualifications and other skills. Watch my many videos I'm going to be doing on how you can change your life, how you can change your careers, how you can get full-time income for part-time work. I'm a mind of information, and any questions that you may have, just ask. I'll give you the answers. So from Les, how to get a job. Until the next time, bye for now.